Mi gente, ¿cómo está? Hoy este trabajo, ya quité el motor porque había una apagada aquí, el motor tenía una apagada y algo un poco grave y por eso lo mejor para researlo. Este trabajo me tardará como un poco más de 20 horas y lo mejor para quitar el motor porque no hay mucho espacio para hacer el trabajo adentro del carro, así por eso ya quité el motor. I need to stop doing that for y'all. I'm sorry. So this is a 2019 Buick Enclave, and I think they have like different models. Like this one says a Benaire, or I don't know how to. I can't even see it right. I'm resealing the cam or the timing cover because there's a leak. I also have some pictures for you, which you should have already seen already. We have the leak that's beginning right over here in this corner. So you notice me putting my finger under it. It is wet, so it's leaking at the corner. Usually when in this particular engine, from my experience, that's usually where they'll leak at the corners. You try to find wherever gravity goes, and I don't know if because the engine could be slightly tilted or it looks straight, but I don't know. It always leaks at the corners. This type of job don't require for you to replace any parts other than, for me, I'm going to replace this timing cover seal, or you can say the crank seal, timing cover seal, front cover seal, however you want to call it. The water pump, I'm not going to touch the water pump unless you want to be an overachiever and you working on a job like this and you feel like you want to do the water pump. You can do the water pump, assuming you have an older engine or older vehicle. For a new vehicle under warranty, we can't just replace parts for general purposes just because we want to replace parts. It don't work like that over here. We got to do it the way they tell us to do it warranty wise. So I already had removed certain things to get to the cover. It looked like I can start with this. I'm going to walk and talk basically. When I say walk and talk, I'll do the job and talk to you at the same time. So this is not a how-to video. It's more so a guide on what it is you should be doing to what you looking up against, because you've never done a job like this, or you have this particular engine, but you want to know how things work or whatever, because you got a job similar to this. So to do this inside of the car, I said in Spanish it was better because there's not much space para hacer el trabajo dentro del carro. For me, it was easier to just do it. I mean, the time it took me to take the engine out was like less than 3 hours. And then I got plenty of room. I don't have to struggle. I don't have to arch my back and cry and complain about how it's just completely uncomfortable. So that's a good thing. For me, if you're doing this under warranty, and let me say it again, if you're doing this under warranty, I don't know what I might have said wrong or confused you, but I'm going to repeat what I said again. If you're doing this under warranty, you only replace certain stuff that's necessary. Like you can do the crank seal, but the water pump, they're going to consider that a different issue, so don't worry about that. This is a cash job for me. When I say cash job, this is not warranty for me, meaning that I'm getting paid straight time. So book time was like 20 hours to do this job, and it's about right. Could you do this job fast? I'm not going to sit up there and be that guy, and that's why labor times are cut the way they are, times are the way they are, because a lot of guys, and I'm going to keen in on this, a lot of guys brag about how fast they can do a job and don't even talk about the things that they do skip doing a job or avoid or just they bypass or whatever. They get it done just to brag and look good to everybody. Hey, I can do this job in X, Y, and Z time, or do some of these jobs only with intentions of getting cool points or whatever. A job like this, I honestly feel like either you do it right or you don't do it at all. So a lot of guys, yeah, you got to make your money. Yeah, you can't spend a certain amount of time on a car. I understand that. I get that. But at the end of the day, y'all MFers, it's not really fixing cars like how y'all supposed to nowadays. Everybody's skipping stuff and I don't know what to call it. I honestly don't know what the hell is going on, but it needs to stop because it's almost as if anybody can do a job like this. At least that's what people feel like online nowadays, that they see me doing a job like this, they feel like they could do it. And I mean, that's good that people feel that way. But it's some of these jobs out here that is just plain pain in the ass. That's just a lot of stuff go undocumented, and it's kind of hard to really for me to get into it. And what I'm really trying to say is, rushing to do the goddamn job is not really like worth it no more. Take your time and do it right. That's what I do. And to me, I got all damn day. People work on cars like they don't got all day. I got all damn day. When I say all damn day, I work all damn day. So I'm not in a rush. I'm not fused to be, get myself into some BS or whatever. That's just not what I'm looking to do. Let me get this alternator out because that's the only thing I got left to take out. It looks like I took out the one that was integrated with the pulley, and it leaves me with these two nuts. And it's almost if I'm doing an engine job, but I'm not doing an engine job. I'm doing this job. And I know a lot of you be like, oh, I can do this job, easy, yeah. Yeah, I want you to feel that way. Get the F off my goddamn video and go on some other F-based video, because what I do, I like to teach people and I like to help people. So if you want to be that guy, you want to come on my platform to let me know what it is you do, so that way you can feel special about whatever the hell you do. I ain't got nothing to do with that S. You feel me? I gotta take off this the intake plenum. I'm not gonna say the intake manifold, because the manifold is actually at the bottom. So this would be the intake plenum. I'm gonna remove that. Once I remove that, that's self-explanatory. You guys don't need no information. A lot of things you guys don't need information on, except for what's required to do the goddamn job. So let me do what I do, get this off. I'm gonna pop both of the valve covers off, and then I'll be able to get the cover off without a problem. And don't be no asshole trying to sneak this out without taking the valve cover off. There's a gasket on the valve cover, and it needs to be resealed good at a certain point. So just make sure you do it right, or just don't do the goddamn job at all. You guys gonna have to pry at your own risk. For me, it was better to just come across the backside of here in front of the bolt for the cam itself, and voila, I'm able to separate it. Now I need to get me a catch can under here, because I'm gonna lose coolant in this situation, which I did drain, but obviously I can't get everything out of the block. So I put a catch can underneath, and then I'm gonna pry back up against the bolt. I should be able to wash this out. I'll let it creep out for a second. Yeah, here we go. I gotta get me some more, what we call it, pig mats. There's something under here, right here for now. And let me pry it off the rest of the way. Over here, get your leg pried. I might have to go at it a little bit because of these damn sensors. You see how it just slides out? I like that. That's because I left the sensors on there. The cam actuators. I'm sorry. Now this is the timing cover. It says this is a good thumbnail right here. Let me do my picture and shit. Let me do my smile. All right, we got it. That's my thumbnail. I know y'all laughing at me right now. I'm stupid. I'm dead ass. I'm gonna use that thumbnail. One of my lights just checked. Not a good thing. I need to charge. So now what I'm going to do, actually I am going to get a water pump gasket, because there's one on the back side of here, which I know I said don't worry about the water pump, but I believe shouldn't be, I don't know if there's one on the outside, but there's definitely one on the inside. I'm gonna get another water pump. Let me sit this down. I gotta clean up this timing cover, and then I'm just gonna go around, grab a razor, and then just, you know, scrape everything off. Don't worry about it if you can't get everything completely off. And when I say completely off, I mean like you're gonna have like little dark spots of like Permatex that just won't come off. And I don't want you to sit up there and stress yourself about worrying about how to completely get it off. I'll give you a tip. You can use Scotch-Brite, which is this guy right here. And let me get another light for you guys. I'm sorry. Again, Scotch-Brite, which would be this guy right here. Cut it into a small rectangle. And what I would do is, you know, fold it and go up against the surface just like that. And then the grit on here is not that strong for it to cause like any warpage or surface that's no longer flat anymore. We don't have to worry about that. So clean it as best as you can. It does not need to be shiny like a mirror. Just clean it the best as you can. And I'll do the same for the timing cover. I'm going to go get my gaskets. I'm going to get valve cover gasket, water pump gasket, and the front cover seal. And it looks about it. I'm going to grab some coolant, and I will be draining out the oil. I'm not going to worry about changing out the filter because they originally came in here for an oil change not too long ago. So I just need to only change the oil. I'm just changing the oil itself. I know you're looking at the timing chain configuration. This one, it ain't no different than the one that they was using previously. I believe the other one, if I can remember, the last one I did was like 4 chains or some bullshit like that. I don't know, two for each bang and then 1 primary for the water pump. So I believe I could just be staying wrong, but I haven't done one of those in a long time. But this one seems to be just slightly disconfigured just a little bit. But let's go to town. All right, guys, I was able to initiate the part where I gotta put the Permatex on the RTV. I'm using the AC Delco brand. I hope you guys can see real good. Mind you, I am using a GoPro. I'm not using my other camera. This is the transmission bench. I got like some burnt clutches over here for the 4, 5, 6 clutch housing that took a shit, as you can see, between the steel plates and the friction plates. They warranted out, so we're not worrying about that. I was just letting you know what type of bench this is. So the bench is messy. That's what I really wanted to say, and I didn't have time to like clean up. So let's not worry about that. How the Permatex is going to go for you is quite simple. Just follow it in the line and follow the shape pattern. So we're worrying about parts that would be sealed. So add the Permatex start from there and follow it straight around. And just coming closer, you can see exactly how it is. And loop it back up there. Now you can hit this point right here, this point, and around here. The water pump gasket, I did get another gasket. Now, I didn't remember saying in the beginning of the video, that's an outer gasket. You don't have to worry about that. But there's an inner gasket that you do have to change. So make sure you get the inner gasket. I want to clean this up and peel this gasket part off. Get some Permatex here, around here, and then from here, you want to follow it and then loop it back around. But if you follow these little crevices right here, you'll know, not the one for the water pump, that's one above, you'll know what gets what and what needs to be as far as Permatex. A couple quick tips I want to give you before I button this up, because I'm at the point of putting this engine back in the car. So, obviously, you can see I got the engine harness on here. Leave the engine harness, everything plugged up. The only thing you're going to be really doing is disconnecting like the connectors for like, or whatever is on the intake plenum. The connectors for the ignition coils. You got cam actuators over here. You're gonna have to disconnect those. Map sensor. The fuse box, I took that out. That literally unlatches out like a quick unlatch. The PCM is still connected. I still have like this whole block right here with fuses. I'm sorry, I can't even say the word right. Fuses. That's still connected and everything. Everything as far as transmission wise, steering rack, everything is still plugged in, and I left everything on the cradle as is. I would separate, you can leave, don't have to touch the brake calipers. I got that still in the car. I don't know if you can see from over here, and really I don't even want to touch it, so I hit it with my forearm. But leave that still in the car. I got this level sensor, the rod height sensor basically. It's 2 on both sides. Usually do 1, they put 2 on both sides. I guess they want an exact measurement or something. I don't know. But I left that in there connected because it was a pain in the ass to separate that safety tab. It wouldn't unlatch for me to unlatch it basically. So I left that in there. Drive shaft, you leave that in the car, but you do separate that from the differential. The exhaust, I would take that, like the wide pipe, down pipe, I would take that off. You probably could get away with leaving it, whatever. I took it off with the whole resonator that's already on there. It looked like a muffler, but I'm pretty sure that's just a resonator because we got a muffler in the rear. But I took that off from both manifolds straight all the way back to the half section that's in the rear or whatever. And AC lines is going to come out, discharge the AC. This has the 1, 2, 3, 4 YFZ or whatever they call it. How do we say it? R1234 YF, which is this machine right here. Going to evacuate that out. And I don't like using that machine because that machine is a pain in the ass sometimes because it just puts you through a process and you got to hook up the OBD connector and go through all of the little extra shit. You need a print-up mostly for the warranty claims. Like there's one I got in here to let me know I had discharged it. I need a print-up for vacuum and I need a print-up for when I recharge it. That's what the hell they just require. Not all the time, but that's what they do, and I do it for GP in case I got issues. I said AC, keep the AC compressor on, but just separate the line. The line can stay in the car. You don't have to separate it from the condenser. Just keep it in the car. Separate the 2 that goes into the pump itself. Trans lines come out. Be careful on the side. You got that horseshoe clip. That's the pain in the ass to get out. And then the other side is a 13mm nut. Shift cable is going to come out. The shift cable I got hanging here. Separate that. You want to separate the steering shaft, which you do that inside of the vehicle, and to do that, which is fairly easy. You got plenty of room to separate the steering shaft, at least the telescopic shaft. Separate that from from the steering rack, basically. What else I can give you pointers on? Other than that, I mean, like your airbox stuff, you got to take out obviously. But like I said, it took me like 2 hours and some change to like get everything out. I am going to put this back in. I'm not expected to start this today. I'm not even rushing because this didn't even, Permatex is still drying up. It's still soft as I'm touching the ones that spread it out, the outer edges. I can touch it. You know you sealed it right when you can see it like seeping out of the edges around the base of the timing cover. You know you sealed it. Be careful to put too much because you don't want it to spread everywhere. What else? We replaced gaskets. Front cover, make sure you get intake manifold gasket, the front cover, which you could say the crankshaft seal. You got one in the rear, I'm mistaken, it's the parts person here, the parts lady. I said I needed a front cover seal. She got me the rear main seal, which was what I didn't need. I needed a front cover. This is the front cover. Let me say it again. Front cover, timing cover. Inner water pump gasket, you don't have to worry about the outer, leave that on. Got the new valve cover gaskets, get that on. Intake plenum gaskets, as I already said before. Don't have to worry about the intake manifold, even though I said that I meant to say intake plenum. But other than that, it's pretty much good to go. So I'm gonna go to repair. I appreciate you guys for watching me. And you got any questions? I was gonna say it in Spanish, but I'll just say it in English because it's just simple. But any questions, comments, you know to just leave that and I'll get back to you when I get a minute. If you guys are looking for service, you know where to hit me at. You hit me at on the gram, or you hit me at, or go in the box section and get my email, and just contact me. And that's pretty much it. Let me do my job. I'll holler at y'all.